Food Stories.
This is Food Stories.
This is Food Stories, a podcast from FareShare Greater Manchester.
A podcast from FareShare Greater Manchester.
A podcast from FareShare Greater Manchester.
Hello and welcome to Food Stories from FareShare Greater Manchester. FareShare Greater Manchester is the largest food redistribution charity in the northwest of England, rescuing good-to-eat surplus food from going to waste and redistributing it to charities and community groups who are serving their communities with food. In this episode, we're sharing some special work we did in the run-up to Christmas. Each year, a consignment of ingredients to make a Christmas dinner arrives in our warehouse thanks to the Buckingham Emergency Food Appeal.
This year we'll probably supply over 200 charities with food. The original idea was to supply people with the ingredients for that traditional Christmas dinner.
Supported 44 across the northwest, and that ranges from people that support homelessness, those that may be fleeing domestic violence or in need of support and seeking shelter.
It's phenomenal to see, we had 4 orders every half an hour, so we got to kind of meet quite a few people today, and everyone just came in with a humble kind of attitude and went with a lovely smile. So I think that just says it all.
In the early days of FareShare Greater Manchester, we were approached by Mike Buckingham, a farmer from Norfolk and the creator of the Buckingham Emergency Food Appeal, to be their northwest hub to distribute food to organisations cooking Christmas dinners for people in need. Christmas 2025 marked the 40th anniversary of the Buckingham Emergency Food Appeal, or BEFA for short. Mike no longer runs the operation, but Ken Smith does. He explained how it all came about 40 years ago.
Back in 1985, a Norfolk farmer, Mike Buckingham, and his family went to the theatre in London as a pre-Christmas treat. They were shocked to see the obvious poverty you see in big cities, simply people sleeping under bridges. The children were particularly shocked. His daughter Annabelle, who was 10 at the time, said, "Dad, we've got to help those people." And Mike had a history of helping people, and he could easily have really checked, but he decided to do something slightly different. And he arranged for the whole family to volunteer for their crisis Christmas event. A few days before they went down there, Mike was thinking about this, and he knew that they'd had 300 guests, I think. So he phoned up and said, "Would you like to bring some food?" And they said, "Oh, yes, please." So Mike actually grew that currants for Ribena, so he didn't really have any food himself. So he phoned around friends and people who owed him a favour, and there were quite a few people who owed Mike a favour. And he managed to load a 7-ton lorry with food, and the family sat in the front. They went down to crisis, and that was year one. And the next year they did slightly more and then more donors. And it grew and grew.
In the intervening 40 years, that single truck filled with turkeys and other ingredients for crisis in London has expanded considerably. They began supporting more organisations in the southeast of England and then approached us in the northwest to lend a hand too.
This year we'll probably supply at Christmas over 200 charities with food. Most of them, about 140 of them in the southeastern corner of England, and then there's your collection up in the northwest of England, so make up the other part. So the original idea was to supply people with the ingredients for that traditional Christmas dinner. Obviously that's changed a lot, so we've owned things now, but essentially turkey and fillings really, plus more food to get through Christmas out the other side into January.
Such a big operation takes a good deal of planning. Before the lorry filled with Christmas ingredients arrives in our Manchester warehouse, the organisations that'll benefit from the food need to be booked in with collection slots. Space needs to be found in the warehouse at an already very busy time of the year, and extra help has to be brought in to help on the 2 BEFA collection days. That falls to Karina Tiplady, our membership and information coordinator. She explained what arrived in our warehouse from BEFA this time.
It was ingredients to make a Christmas dinner, from turkeys to potatoes, seasonal veg, dessert, Christmas pudding, and there was also additional items, bacon and sausage and eggs for breakfast.
So that's a full breakfast and Christmas lunch as well then?
Yeah, it was.
And what kind of organisations and how many were served through this North West BEFA delivery?
So it supported 44 across the North West, and that ranges from people that support homelessness, those that may be fleeing domestic violence or in need of support and seeking shelter.
So hugely important then.
Absolutely, yes, especially around Christmas time, to ensure that people have at least got a hot Christmas meal on the table.
Obviously, the BEFA operation is in addition to what the warehouse is dealing with and at a very busy time of the year. How does the operation cope with having this extra work to do on, this busy time?
It requires pre-planning in advance, just to make sure that we have got enough space for the vehicles in the yard. We work with the organisations and we allocate a time slot so that we haven't got too many vehicles arriving at the same time.
And what about in terms of the number of people who are helping?
So I'm the one who does the organising alongside Ken from the Buckingham Appeal, and then we have the lovely help of our staff here, volunteers and also corporate volunteers. This year was CDL and Ingredion, who were both absolutely fabulous.
What kind of feedback did you get from the corporate volunteers who came and helped?
They really enjoyed it. It's nice to feel that, something that we probably all take for granted, which is a Christmas dinner, that people were going to be having one on the table thanks to their hard work and support on the day.
My name is Mohibullah Patel, but I'm very well known at CDL as Mubs.
You've come here today as a corporate volunteer to help us with the BEFA distribution of food. How's it been for you?
It's been absolutely mind-blowing. It's opened my eyes up. I think the amount of work what we were involved in today and the impact it's going to have on so many people, that just kind of gives me goosebumps, to be honest. So it's been phenomenal. Like I said, I initially thought it was just a food bank, but what an establishment you've got here. The different entities and how it all kind of comes as a group teamwork effort to get this food distributed and organised, I should probably say, is well done to you guys. Absolutely brilliant. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. And what's it been like actually interacting with the charities that are coming up and picking up this food?
It's been really kind of pleasing as well, because everyone's kind of coming in anticipating for that kind of support, and they go away with a smile on their face. So that just puts music in their ears, and it's what they want to hear as well, and what they want to see, and that support, just helping people load their vans up with all these kind of goods, and that interaction as well. So it's phenomenal to see. We had 4 orders every half an hour, so we got to kind of meet quite a few people today, and everyone just came in with a humble kind of attitude and went with a lovely smile. So I think that just says it all.
And what about your colleagues? How did they find it?
Yeah, it was a different kind of experience. Rather than sitting on a chair all day, it was more hands-on today. So obviously not used to this on a daily basis, but I think we all got stuck in, and there was just that one motive, the connection what FareShare and CDL have got. I think it's kind of just getting that bond more stronger and stronger, each time we kind of do visits like this. So everyone really enjoyed it. I think we had a lovely lunch as well, what Derek prepared as well, so credit to Derek. But yeah, it was very well organised as well by your staff. We kind of weren't really twitching our thumbs or anything. We just kind of got on with our duties that was assigned, so everyone really enjoyed it.
Logistics and volunteers aside, the main reason for this Christmas food delivery is to make sure that some of the most vulnerable in our society are able to enjoy a Christmas dinner and some respite at this special time of the year. One of the organisations benefiting from the 2025 BEFA food is Lifeshare, a charity supporting people experiencing homelessness in Manchester.
My name's Deborah Dunn, and I work and volunteer for an organisation called Lifeshare, which is Manchester's oldest homeless charity. We've been going for 41 years this year. We run a food pantry from our office, and we also do a weekend breakfast provision for our homeless guests and guests that are also in need, in poverty. We serve a full English breakfast Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And we have showers and clean clothing. Then they get a nice hearty breakfast, have a shower, get some clean clothes on and feel 100 times better than when they came in.
I can only imagine that must be such an important facility for them.
It certainly is. Many of them live on the streets. Some of them have got housing, but they're not in a position to afford food. And some are just lonely, don't see anybody, and they come. There's a feeling of community there. The same people come every week. Unfortunately, the numbers of people are getting higher and higher. We've practically doubled the amount of people we serve in the last 2 years. We're heading on over 400 people every weekend. We're only open for 2 hours, so it's quite a lot of people coming through the doors.
That's incredible. Blimey, to see it double in 2 years, that
it's
tells
very
a
sad,
story.
Very sad. Yeah.
And what about the food that you're collecting today, the BEFA food, the Christmas food that you're getting? Where's that going to go and what are you going to use it for?
The food we're thankfully collecting today, is going to go to our Christmas project during Christmas from the 22nd to the 26th of December. We are open 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. every day, and we're serving full breakfast, lunch and an evening meal. The guests can come in when we open at 7 in the morning and they can stay all day till 7 in the evening, have a nice warm space. There's entertainment, we have a optician calling in, we've got a podiatrist coming in and barbers coming in. It's absolutely fantastic. The guests absolutely love it and they can't wait. They're very excited. They get a little present when they come in the morning. As I say, they stay all day, and this year we're hoping to also have some camp beds. A lot of our guests don't get any sleep at night if they're out on the street because it's quite dangerous for them. So we're hoping to put some camp beds up so they can have a little snooze. Full Christmas dinner on Christmas Day, and it'll be fantastic, as it always is. We do it every year. We've done it from the start of starting as a charity.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing, and it's so much more than food, isn't it?
It is so much more than food, and the fact that we get most of the food that we're going to use donated saves us a hell of a lot of money. We couldn't afford to do it if we were paying for all the food, so it's great that we get some of the food donated from lovely people.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for what you do.
Oh, thank you. Keep going, and Merry Christmas.
We'd like to say a huge thank you to Ken from BEFA, Mubs from CDL and Deborah from Lifeshare for speaking to us for this episode of the Food Stories podcast. Thank you also to all of our corporate and regular volunteers and staff who helped us with the 2025 BEFA operation. We couldn't have done it without your support. For more information about the Buckingham Emergency Food Appeal, you can find a link to their website in the show notes for this episode. And if you've been inspired by what you've heard and you'd like to find out more about FareShare Greater Manchester and the work we're doing to support charities and community groups across our city, please have a look at our website to find out how you can support us through food donations, financially, or by volunteering your time to support our operation. If you've enjoyed listening to this episode, please share it with anyone who you think would like to hear it too. And if you're able to, please leave a rating and review on your favourite podcast app to help other people find out about food stories from FareShare Greater Manchester. Until next time, thanks very much for listening.